Alright, what's going on, guys? Yes, from the project back at it again in here for the video for you guys for today. Back at it for another episode of Pro Wrestling today. Not really too much of any topics, but just going to be briefly running down what happened at WWE Clash of Champions basically last night. And I'm going to get right down into it. Basically, the only kickoff, and there was a change because I was looking to see what was going on with that and what was supposed to happen. The Raw Women's Championship was supposed to be on there, but then they changed things up. There was a lot of changes that actually caught me off guard, and with one of them being this one, and now actually having the SmackDown Tag Team titles being on the kickoff. So basically we had Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro taking on the Lucha House Party on this one, and everything. It was actually a fine match between the two teams, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro are actually growing as a team, and even though they should be more doing singles runs and everything, but you know, they are growing on me, and I am liking them as a tag team. And with the Lucha House Party, I'm not too sure how they're going to be able to do things. It feels like they are going to be eventually breaking up the team at some point. Just not too sure who's going to turn. It feels like maybe Kalisto, then at the same time, maybe Lindsay Dorado might actually end up being the one just leaving altogether. Whether it be just one of the two, or it just ended up being one of them going basically on their own. But kind of nervous about that. But anyway, Shinsuke Nakamura and as well Cesaro retain their SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Then we get into the main card where we start things off with the ladder match, the triple threat ladder match, and where we had Sami Zayn returning, looking to be the rightfully owned Intercontinental Champion, and of course Jeff Hardy is the main Intercontinental Champion after winning the tournament and everything, and of course AJ Styles looking to actually get back the Intercontinental Championship. So a lot going on there. We haven't seen Sami Zayn for quite some time. A lot of cool spots on this one. And it came down to Sami Zayn actually using the handcuffs to not only Jeff Hardy, but to AJ Styles to help him out to get the Intercontinental Championship. And now he can claim himself once again as the rightfully owned Intercontinental Champion. And everything else that in any particular order. One of the matches that was supposed to happen didn't get to happen. The Women's Tag Team Championships, and there was a change up there. So that kind of sucks on that, but it is what it is, and we'll probably see it probably on Raw or something like that, or somewhere else along those lines down the road. But we did get to see Asuka did defend the Raw Women's Championship and everything on the main card, so she was able to go at it with Zelina Vega, and that's actually pretty refreshing to actually see her in the ring. At first I wasn't too sure about it, going right after the Raw Women's Championship, especially with the whole thing with Mickie James and Asuka and how their match didn't really, go so well towards the end, and the referee, not really doing things the right way. And Mickie James didn't end up tapping out, so I was kind of confused what was going to happen. I thought we were going to see the rematch at Clash of Champions, but of course Zelina Vega wanted the Raw Women's Championship, but Asuka was able to retain, so there is that. The Raw Tag Team Championships, where we had Street Profits and as well Angel Garza and Andrade. They actually were able to get along without Zelina Vega there. Hopefully that sticks, because the tag team division isn't the greatest right now, and hopefully we get other tag teams, especially on Raw, to help things out. That would be cool. And I know, thinking about it now, like some teams on 205 Live could be actually on the main rosters, especially with NXT, to help fill out that gap. And this one where things kind of got weird towards the end, again another stupid bullshit finish, if you will, with the referees. It just really doesn't seem too great to actually have, because it was clearly a 2 count and the referee just went for the end of the match and just basically called it off. So the Street Profits end up keeping the Raw Tag Team Championships. It was weird, but it is what it is. Also, where we had the SmackDown Women's Championship, where we had Bayley actually defending her SmackDown Women's Championship. It could have been anybody else, but it was Asuka. So again, that was kind of weird on that. At least we didn't have Asuka get that title. She didn't really need it, so Bayley retained. Sasha coming out and actually wanting her payback and to see where things are going to be going for them, even though she's basically still in the neck brace. But I kind of feel like we'll probably see this at Hell in a Cell, maybe Survivor Series. So I feel like it's going to definitely be happening pretty damn soon. So this whole feud has been really cool, even though I miss them as a tag team. But, I am looking forward to Bayley and Sasha finally happening on that. And also where we had Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton WWE Championship, and where we had the ambulance match, and basically, these two really giving it their all. We saw the Big Show give it to Randy Orton, and not only that, we had Christian come back. We also had Shawn Michaels there, and a little bit from Ric Flair towards the end. I was waiting and hoping maybe Edge would come out, but that wasn't the case and everything, but it is what it is. And Drew McIntyre actually punting Randy Orton and keeping the WWE Championship. Also, where we had the U.S. title between Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley on this one, and Bobby Lashley was able to retain and keep the title, which is fine and everything. Hopefully, he will be in the main event soon and be finally WWE champion as a heel. And what he's doing with the Hurt Business has been really cool. Ricochet was actually there in full support of Apollo, kind of thinking maybe he might eventually join the Hurt Business. I don't know, but that's just me. Wishful thinking, I guess, and to see who else might eventually join the Hurt Business. So there is that. And then we got into, of course, with Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. I wasn't too sure how I felt about it, cousin versus cousin. So going into it and then seeing the story, play out, and especially with WWE Chronicle when they did the special on Jey Uso and everything, getting ready for Clash of Champions. I ended up enjoying it a lot more, especially as the match went on. Roman Reigns, just wanting to be called the Chief and everything, and giving it to Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso comes out and wanting to throw in the towel, and eventually he does, and out of respect and everything, and seeing the effort, how Jey Uso coming close and almost being Universal Champion. So Roman Reigns gets to keep the title, I'm sure, for a good while, and being with Paul Heyman has been really cool. I've been liking this, and I want to see who's going to be able to face Roman Reigns next, and maybe it might be even Jimmy Uso, it could be someone else at this point. So, heel Roman is definitely, pretty damn dope. So, besides, with the whole referee finish and basically that, and then, dealing with the changes and everything, kind of sucks. But overall, this pay-per-view actually surprised me. I thought it was good, in my personal opinion. What are your thoughts and opinions? How you felt about Clash of Champions? Leave it in the comments down below. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date for all my videos. And the only thing I really do have in terms of topics that the WWE draft is coming up pretty soon. So we'll see who will be going where and everything. Hopefully do things differently. Maybe have authority figures come back and to really, change things up literally. No pun intended, or maybe, I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that, with the draft, and that'll be it. I might be hanging out with Brother Chris. I don't know yet. Maybe for Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series or something else. So be on the lookout for that. Until then, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Whatever the hell that next video may be. Until then, see ya. Peace.